Hello and welcome back to Bridgeport, episode 3. If you look at my channel, it's been about a month since the last episode, and to be honest, I've just lost a lot of motivation for this park. Haven't been really on my computer much, just been really busy with just friends and just living life, So yeah, haven't been able to play much, but I have got some work done, and to say I'm losing motivation is kind of like a overstatement, over exaggeration. I still like getting in this park and adding some stuff here and there, but I originally planned to release an episode every week of my summer break, and that's definitely not gonna happen anymore. Hopefully I can get another episode out within the next 2 weeks, but yeah, I guess we can just start with the new additions. First of all, over here, Mask Bandit, the goat, said to raise the station up on this chairlift, so I did. Kind of need to fix up some fencing here, definitely to make this way nicer, but yep, I raised the station up, and it also, I feel like it kind of looks a bit nicer now. It looks much more homey and all that, so much more chill, so I like it. And yeah, now we don't really have to worry about people getting hit or anything. I feel like it's a pretty good distance, and I went to OC Fair not too long ago, and I'd say that, for those who don't know, OC Fair is just like a fair that goes on in Orange County, California. So I went to that, and they have a chairlift there, and I'd say that this looks pretty realistic now. It doesn't look too unrealistic, so yeah, we fixed that little issue up. Like I said, still need to add the sign here. He said to name it the Bridgeport Skyway, and I'll probably stick with that. Nice and generic, but that's something that this park would definitely name it. So anyways, Mineral suggested maybe changing up like one side, because there's a lot of counters here, which I definitely do agree with. So if you guys have any like ideas on what I should make one side of these counters be, please let me know. I didn't take this off of any reference picture, kind of just combined like a bunch of 80s aesthetic I could find in theme parks, especially just like from Knott's Berry Farm. So yeah, if you guys have any suggestions on what one side of this could be, then leave them in the comments. I think I might have mentioned the little pathing issue here, where the black squares would be like really elevated. If I didn't, then I'm sound crazy, but the black squares were really elevated here because the pathing was all messed up, so I was able to fix the pathing here. And then over here we have like a very just low budget area. This is going to be called the Sunset Scrambler, and this will be called a Wave Breaker, as a nod to a roller coaster I made in Planet Coaster 1, which was one of the first videos on this channel, called Wave Breaker. It was a mock multi-launch with like a unique inversion. It's like a stall with an airtime hill. Like it's like you're upside down in the stall, and then you go into a little upside down airtime hill. It's pretty interesting. But yeah, name that roller coaster Wave Breaker. I just thought it'd be cool to add a little nod to it. Cool thing with the new curb system is that I saw this in Nerd Chacho's Pier Park, but you can completely blend in the path to the queue line, so now it just looks like it's one big concrete pad. The only problem is that I had asphalt for a lot of this park, and I honestly really like how the asphalt looked here. I think it looked more realistic, but in a lot of theme parks they go through a bunch of different like types of flooring, so that's kind of what I was going with here. I'll probably clean it up and make it look much more realistic, but you honestly don't even notice anyways. But yeah, I'll try cleaning that up. And then over here, I didn't work on this at all, but this is gonna be like the big drop tower. My kind of idea is that if you guys remember from the first episode, I want to build a water park and this little plot of land here. So I was thinking it might be a nice idea if we can get a little bridge going from the amusement park to the water park. So let's say you have like a hopper pass, something like at Disneyland. you, instead of having to leave the park and going through like the main area, you can go directly hop from one park to the water park. So I was thinking maybe I'll add the bridge here, and this will be like a really like modern area right here. Like this would kind of just stick out as something that was not built at the same time everything else here was built, and this was built probably like 2010s or something. Like this bridge would be really new. So anyways, we got a sign to the boardwalk, because the idea is that this street here would have, and this part over here where we have all, where I've built most of this park, would have been a parking lot. And basically back in the days, this was just the whole park. This everything past this street. So this would have been the main big entrance called the, and you know, inspired directly from Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk's entrance. Definitely want to fix it up a bit. I made it like really like scrappily, so I'll probably fix it up and make it look a bit more symmetrical, because right now there's a lot of stuff that's not symmetrical about this, but it's fine. It gets the job done for right now. But yeah, we have these two buildings on either side, which are using the new gift shops. So very basic, very simple. Probably want to deck these parts out back here a bit more, and same on the other side. But yeah, I just added some little decals here and there just to make it look a bit more run down, because like I said, this was here for very these two buildings were here for a very long time. Then if we go over here, this is where the meat of my work has gone to. First we have this bumper cars area. This bumper car building was directly inspired by a bumper car building I saw in the Pike. The Pike is a amusement park, abandoned amusement park, doesn't exist anymore, in Long Beach, California. And they had a bumper car that was literally this exact thing, where it's like these two towers and then this very big sign with like this like crossed wood bracing or whatever you want to call that. So I just thought it'd be cool to add. Thought it would fit the vibe. Unfortunately, the building has just a bunch of dead space because the pad for this ride is just so big. But yeah, it's whatever. I kind of want to stay away from mods for this park, and I'll definitely download mods after this park, just because I wanted to make just a fully vanilla park, because the invisible entrances would come in very handy right now. But like I said, I kind of want to keep this park pure and with no mods. So yeah, this was kind of a pain to make. Oh, and then one cool thing I did is that at night is that I use these little string lights, and I used the one, I think it's like in a pair of 3, but I sunk the other 2. You can kind of see the clippings. I sunk the other 2 string lights into the wall, so then it looks like it's just one string light, and it kind of gives off this nice lighting effect. I definitely could have just used just little art shapes, but I wanted to give it this glow, so I think it looks really nice and adds a lot of depth to the building. Also, if you look at the rest of the park, this park is not lit good at all. It's so dark, so I need to add a bunch more lighting to this park. But yep, now that we're back in daytime, this is gonna be our main roller coaster on this side of the park, which is gonna, I think, be called Cyclone. I just wanted something very generic, something very basic. I built this layout super quickly. About a month ago I built this layout really quickly, and it's not the best layout, but it's not meant to be the best layout, and I think it does its job working into that like really old 1920s aesthetic. But over here I was looking once again at Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk, and they completely redid their station building, and I really liked how it has now this Victorian feel. So unfortunately I made custom roofs, so these are like wooden brackets and stuff. But yeah, I learned a lot about how to keep stuff from looking bad, even though it's gonna look simple. So yeah, there's a lot of just these little like details here and there to make the building look not horrible. The only problem with this ride is that people will not ride it. And I think it's because this queue line is really intertangled with itself, and I bet the guests just can't figure out a way to get into the ride. But I guess I can show you guys the queue line. If you guys have any ideas on what's wrong, leave them in the comments. But basically, you go here, and then okay, this queue line is also not finished at all whatsoever, but the exterior part is finished at least. But you'll go into this little cattle pen back here, and then and also this whole station building's not finished. I don't know why I said just the queue line. But yeah, you go into this cattle pen, you go up this ramp, and then you're into this part that was probably still from the 1920s or whenever this ride was built. I took this directly from Belmont Shore, something like that. I think it's Belmont Park in San Diego. This is the exact look that the station building has there, so I just kind of copied it, and it looks really nice. I like the little details here, and just adds a lot of character. And also the lighting in this game just looks really nice, especially reflecting off this wood. But anyways, there's going to be more cattle pens here, and you need to add the fencing. You get a close up view to the track, and my idea is that this part of the turn is just going to be in a tunnel, kind of like the way that Giant Dipper at Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk starts. But anyways, now at the end of this, you end up on this little balcony area, and you can, oh shoot, I just fell off. I did not know you could do that. Okay, anyways, I did not know you could fall off, so I gotta be careful about that. But yeah, you got just this balcony looking out area. You kind of just see everyone down there. Kind of want to add a little like hot dog stand here or something, just to fill in the space, because I feel like there's a lot of space here. But I think where this queue line gets messed up, maybe, possibly, is that you are able to walk from the queue line straight to the exit path. But I feel like that shouldn't be a problem, but maybe that's a problem. But anyways, you get just some windows here. You could look into the exit path. Then you're at the station. Station is not done at all, and I kind of want your guys' opinion on it. Should I make the station look like that, like kind of like how this thing looks, where it's just a bunch of white wood and very old, or should I continue with the Victorian feel and carry the Victorian feel into the station and, you know, go Victorian inside? I worded that horribly, but yeah, just kind of want your opinion on that. But anyways, on the exit path, you go down here, and then, I mean, because guests won't ride this ride, they won't be using the new ride photo booth. But yeah, this needs to be all finished here. Gonna deck this out with the gift shop, and yeah, that is that whole station building. And then around the back this way, you have a little like I saw this in the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk, where if you wait for a ride to come, you can kind of see the ride, like, okay, it goes through that curve, and then you can see it enter the building here. Oh wow, it goes through that turn very fast. But yeah, you kind of get what I'm saying. I just thought that'd be a nice little touch. And then obviously none of this stuff here is done. Over here would be more buildings, just fitting the 1920s vibe. Probably just games, some like pop-up food places and stuff. But yeah, now we'll switch to the overhead view, so then you can kind of see how everything looks. So this is gonna be the maintenance area. This switch track definitely just does not work, but who cares? It gives off the right idea that it's a switch track. I think realistically, you would need to have another wooden beam going through this way, and then it switches here. It can turn or something. I don't really know. That's not my expertise. But yeah, this is just a little maintenance area, heavily inspired by what the Giant Dipper looks like at Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk, because it has like this concrete on the floor, and it's just like the wood beam, you know. And then yeah, I was actually, when I loaded up to this park, it's really starting to look like a fair, which is kind of what I wanted to go for. It's looking like a fair. It's looking like a shore, beachside park. It's just looking like if there were a bunch of people rolling around, it would look kind of more full of life. And yeah, I think it's looking pretty nice so far, and I'm proud of, and I'm pretty happy with how it's looking. Oh, and here's a better look at the little queue line area here. Probably need to add a lot of vegetation around here just to make it look a bit more full, or I could extend this parking lot up to here and yeah, make it look more run down. But yeah, regarding when the next episode's gonna release, I have no idea. Like I said, I've just been really busy, haven't really felt like playing this game, but I'm really hoping I can at least get this part of the park finished before my summer ends, and then maybe I'll do the water park when my school starts back up. And yeah, that'll be really nice if I can finish basically up the park here, finish the parking lot area here, and yeah, that'll be nice. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you're new, and yeah.